cards in your wallet actually the best ones for you? At NerdWallet, we sort through over 1,200 credit cards to find the top cards for balance transfer, travel, earning rewards, and other perks. Using your unique info to narrow the search, NerdWallet makes it easy to find credit cards that work harder than the ones you have now. Stop missing out. Visit nerdwallet.com to find the cards that are made for you.
The Pentagon budget consumes 80% of individual income tax revenue,
No shit.
according to Business Insider.
Wow. Say that again. The Pentagon.
Budget consumes 80% of individual income tax revenue.
Wow. So where does that lead us? So that was 8 years ago. That was at the beginning of the Barack Obama administration. There was actual Democrats, leading Democrats, calling for a Defense Department 25% reduction. And those were lefties writing about it, and those were lefty institutions creating budgets showing you how we could easily cut the defense and spend it other places. Let's cut to 2017. Now we have the resistance against crazy maniac Trump. Half the country's poor. 50% of all wage earners in America earn less than $30,000. People go bankrupt from health care all the time.
To give you one more fact, they said the Pentagon spends more on war than all 50 states combined spend on health, education, welfare, and safety.
So I don't see how could that turn out bad? How could that turn out bad? Spending more, killing, so we have an economy of death. We have a death economy in the United States. Literally ran out of bombs in Syria. And so now here we are in 2017. Everybody's doing the Mick resistance because guess what? Here's Forbes magazine. 60% of Democrats vote for a defense budget even bigger than what Trump proposed. Even bigger than what Trump proposed. Remember, Trump wanted to add an extra $55 billion on top. We're going to throw another $55 billion on the Defense Department. Bernie Sanders wanted to throw $60 billion into free college, and you thought he wanted to end the fucking world. Donald Trump throws an extra $55 billion on the defense budget, and it barely gets reported. Not only that, the Democrats put more money on top of it and vote for it. It's from a couple weeks. This isn't today. That's why I'm saying nobody's really talking about this. So this is from that article. It says for the 2017 fiscal year that ends on September 30th, the Obama budget called for $582.7 billion, which included a base budget of $523.9 billion and the Overseas Contingency Operation, OCO, budget of $58.8 billion. Wow. The Trump administration wanted to add about $54 billion onto that. As the Defense Department's own budget numbers showed, it requested $574.5 billion in base budget and a $64.6 billion in OCO for a total of $639 billion. So let's round it up to $640 billion. Guess what? The House's bill passed $696 billion. So they were requesting, Trump was requesting, the Defense Department requested $640 billion. The House passed a bill that gave them $697 billion.
Well, they wanted to leave a tip.
So almost $60 billion more, which would pay for free college for everybody. Somehow they found it like that to put it into the budget. Just like that they found it. I don't even remember a debate happening. Can you imagine if we were going to give free college, the amount of fucking hand-wringing that would be happening over that? The amount of finger-wagging at freeloaders who want to get an education? and contribute to our society. You imagine all the bullshit that would be said on CNN and MSNBC and New York Times and what? Can you imagine? Here, not only does Trump give his extra $55 billion, they go an extra 60 on top of that. Nobody even bats an eye. There's no discussion about this happening in the culture, is there?
Nope, not at all. And then when you hear the discussions, well, college wasn't free for me. Why should it be free for anyone else? Like, all right, well, if I want to buy a drone, it's not free for me. So how about it's not free for anyone else either? Let's not put that in the budget.
And who supported this fucking bill? Of the 194 Democrats in the House, 117 voted for the bill.
They're such patriots.
Oh, resist, resist, resist. They ain't resisting anything. The Democrats aren't resisting a goddamn thing. 117 Democrats voted for almost a $700 billion bill. What? Almost $100 billion more than Barack Obama. More. $100 billion more. They just increased the budget. That's it. Boom. No one even talked about it. So remember, Barack Obama's budget was $582 billion. The budget they just passed is $697. That's over $100 billion more. You could send everybody to college for free for 2 years for just the increase in the budget, defense budget this year. Not a peep about it from the corporate Democrats. Not a peep about it from the Rachel Maddows and the Chris Hayeses. Have you heard anything? I haven't heard a goddamn thing. Not a peep about it from Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer. Not a fucking peep. Our government's been taken from us. Our government has been taken from us, and they're bankrupting us. They're doing this on the backs of fucking workers. And who's doing it? The goddamn Democrats. In other words, this is how the article says it. In other words, of the party that supposedly opposes rampant military spending and the Trump administration, 60% of them voted for this bill. Trump's got no problem getting this stuff through Congress, baby. Democrats are on board. Here's how the Forbes article concludes. It says, there are things this country cannot afford. One is a defense budget that embraces an 18.7% increase year-over-year growth, particularly when pressure on safety net spending increases with a growing population and increasing income inequality, while tax receipts are up between 2016 and 2017 by only 5.9%. That's an awkwardly written paragraph, so let me break it down for you. It says there are things this country can't afford. The Defense Department's budget just increased almost 20% overnight. 20% increase almost in the defense budget overnight. Particularly when we're trying to cut social spending on Medicare, Social Security, Medicaid, everything. They're cutting. And by the way, they wiped out welfare in the 90s thanks to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. And also, while income inequality is expanding, and while tax receipts only increased by 6%, so tax receipts increased by 6%, we're going to increase the Defense Department budget by 20%. Where's that money come from? Where's that money going to come from? It's going to come from you. It's going to come from stuff you want. And this is the final paragraph. It says, it seems crazy that the GOP, which fancies itself a champion of fiscal responsibility, agrees to this. And the party in opposition, which has a glamorous self-image as some sort of resistance group, marches in step. Both parties completely betraying their publicly held values. Completely and totally betraying their publicly held values. Both parties. Our government's been taken from us. The Princeton study told us that. No one really likes to talk about that much. They still pretend like we have power in this country, and we don't. A handful of rich people run this goddamn country for themselves, which is why we have the biggest prison population in the goddamn world, because we use them as slave labor. Steph?
I'm just trying to find who are all the Democrats that voted against us. I'm having a hard time finding the list of people that voted for it and voted against it. And I find that outrageous that it's that hard to find.
Yeah, we can find it. So, Ron, anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so baffling to me. Like, this is just accepted, and this is like something you can't question. Because, in the political arena, you'll just get smeared right away. I mean, Barney Frank got smeared. I mean, anybody that even touches that gets smeared right away. And there's got to be some kind of a way around it, because it is just completely ass back.
No one's even talking about it. No one's talking about it. They just increased the goddamn defense budget by $100 billion. That could have paid for everybody's free college. Nobody's fucking talking about it.
Well, at least they cut funding to public broadcasting.
At least they did that.
That's going to free up a lot of money there.
I did come across another fact, and it said by 2033, we will be spending $60 billion on veterans, their medical treatments, and helping them. $60 billion. How about we just stop these wars and participating in all of this illegal war activity? This is horrible, Jimmy. This is horrible.
Again, this is part of that thing when I interview people on the show who are smarter than me, and I say, how do you stop from blowing your head off when you read the paper? How do you stop from, this is horrible what's happening to our country? And the Democrats, which used to be the opposition party, are not the opposition party. They are the party. There's one party. It's the money party. That is a fact. There's no opposition to these defense budgets. There's no opposition to any of the foreign wars. There's no opposition. In fact, they want more of it. The Democrats want more. They're upset if Trump doesn't bomb Syria. And I'm gonna again. I stopped. Please tell me in the comments if you watch the cable news. I stopped watching because I can't take it. It is unbelievable. And so you tell me if they've talked anything about this, if they've made that comparison, like, oh, the extra $100 billion in the defense budget from Barack Obama, that could have paid for college and a lot more. How are you going to pay for that? How are you going to pay for that free college? How are you going to pay for that? God damn. We've been so brainwashed in this country, like jackass corporatists. All right, that's it. Yeah, I wish I had a nice thing to say at the end, but I don't. Hey, everybody, the next live Jimmy Dore show is August 16th. That's a Wednesday. New time, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. show. 9 p.m. show, August 16th in Burbank, California. Get your tickets right there or at JimmyDoreComedy.com.